Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I need to make some custom fitting for pressure monitor or sensor that I need to fit somehow in our test bench. The easiest solution is to buy just some fittings and get it done, but unfortunately none was available at the moment, so I decided to make it because I need it till the end of the day. So as you can see, I started by cutting off small chunk of rod, and the material is cast gray iron. Slightly bigger because I need to turn it down on a lathe and make the thread there. So I need just a small part to hold it in lathe in a chuck. By the way, the bandsaw is working really good. I already cut a few of those billets, some square tubing and even stainless, and it's still cutting pretty good. I guess the stainless did manage to damage the saw teeth, but it's still cutting really good. So as I said, we are going to turn it down on a lathe. Unfortunately, the only rod that I have available, and it's a cheap material for me, is in 60 mil of diameter, so I need to turn it almost to half. It should be something around 33 millimeters to get a G1 thread. So I roughed out and then make a skim pass to get it right on the spot. And I also did make a bevel just to get the thread there much easier. I didn't want to change the tool. I didn't want to try keep the knife in a weird spot, so I just took a file and slightly get some pressure on it, and as you can see the bevel is right there. It's a really soft material to machine, so the file is a really good option here. After that, I did something about 16mm mini shaft just to hold it in a lathe while I will be cutting those threads. As you can see, I leave there 10mm of the biggest diameter here, and this is just for the wrench. I need just some place where I can put the wrench and tie this thing down. So now it's time for the threads. And fortunately, I have right size die to cut this thread because I don't have a knife with this angle on it to cut G threads. As you can see, I didn't machine the center, and that's because I need to drill it to 11.8 because there should be G1/4. But before that, I need some recess around the thread that we just cut for the O-ring. As I said, it's for pressure monitor or sensor, so it needs to be sealed. And now we can drill it. For the cutting fluid on the drill, I used some grease, cutting grease, because for drilling and tapping it's better if the consistency of the coolant is denser. Then I turned down the RPM and slowly put the tap to work. To finish it, I hand tap it, also with the cutting grease. And whoa, I didn't expect this, but probably I should. There was something about 2 millimeters on either side as a wall, and the great cast iron is not great, it's really fragile. For example, if you throw some 5 millimeter disc of this, it will shatter to pieces. I guess it doesn't really matter because I want to cut this knob or something off as soon as we finish the thread. Now just some bevels and flip it around. I used the parallel to keep it in a level as much as possible. And I will cut this off just with the normal tool with my regular knife because I don't want to damage my cutting knife. And I also make a bevel, which wasn't really great idea on this side because there is just a ring from manufacturer of the pressure monitor or sensor, so it's flat, and I didn't leave as much flat spot as I want. The bevel should be much smaller, but I already used it few times, so I know it's not leaking, which is the most important, but I made fun of it. And now we are done with the most difficult part of this job, but I don't know really, because it's not a big job, it's really small and it's not really difficult at all. So now just to the mill and do the flat spot for the wrench and we are done. So as you can see, I turned on the mill light and I guess it's worse on a video. In reality, I really like the light because I see more of what I'm doing, but on the video, it's garbage. So I turned it off. As you can see, there is nothing I wouldn't do for you guys. I was wondering for which wrench I should do this, and the diameter is 60 and something. I have 60mm wrench, but I guess we all know that wouldn't work. And also I have 55mm and 50. I don't know, but I choose the 50 because I know I will have the whole area of a wrench covered by this thing. So if I need, I really can tighten it down properly. If I do this 55, I guess there will be like 2 mm less, and I could chip off the edge and just made the wrench slipping and turning without this fitting. So that's just something to keep in mind when you are doing stuff like that. And now I just used the file to get rid of all the sharp edges or corners. So now it's done. We just need to test the wrench. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe or comment. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.